Is it time for the next boss fight? I think so. Unfortunately, this is going to be, in terms of like run up to this boss, this is the best run up we're going to have to this boss. Ah. Well, he also like, yeah, that Kojima kind of does that, I think by accident. Like, I don't think he sets out to be like, hey, look, guys, I predicted the future. It just kind of happens. But yeah, like, you know, Death Stranding, I would say, was incredibly prophetic. Um, the reason I feel that way, though, is because, like, the game Death Stranding came out in 2019. In 2020, everybody started holding up in their homes and not going out. The main plot of Death Stranding is the main character is needed. He's a necessity, essentially an essential worker, if you will. And ah, damn it. And yeah, so like because they're like the world is literally like, you know, resulting in like dead bodies, you know, now explode and like nuclear size explosions leveling entire cities and stuff like that. It's like, you know, all these people stop going out. Jesus. Go. And in that respect, Death Stranding is super prophetic. Um, and then there's God, what was it? He's done this before though. Cursed Blood. I never understood that. Okay. This is unfortunately the run up to this boss. If you want to try this boss with full resources. All right. That's a lot of masks. Okay. I am before we wait. Are any of these illusory? For some reason I seem to recall one of these being I recall there being more secrets. I know there's this, which is like, this is cool. But that leads back downstairs. Some exist, but he can analyze how society is and how it could be developed. Yeah, and that's probably what he did, but I don't know. I'm not in Kojima's mind. I just know that I enjoy the Metal Gear Solid games. One, I don't really like two all that much. Three is my favorite. 4 is serviceable, but just the cutscenes make it kind of unplayable after you beat it the first time. Yeah. Then there's what the fuck is this? Doing it again. For some reason. Twitch does not like that my bitrate is so high. It's like, oh, it's unstable. It's too high. Like, well, no, it's not. Not even high enough for YouTube standards. So, don't know what to tell you, Twitch. Let's go die to this boss. Wait, we have 16,000 runes. Let's not die to this boss. Let's go spend those runes. I was so obsessed with the run-up to this boss, Jesus. Actually... Let's go find the turtle pope. Pope turtle. Yeah, we can go get turtle pope. Oh my god, I didn't even realize it. Where is he? Is he on this side or is he on this side? I don't remember. I think he's on this side. No, that's... He's there. This is Turtle Pope. That's going to be a long walk. Or run. Somehow I could write a 4-page essay about the philosophy and the trailers for MGS5. I did not like what we got when we got Metal Gear Solid 5. I did not like it at all. I think Konami royally fucked that up. They tried to get Kojima to rush it out the door, and now he has his own fucking studio. They lost their fucking golden goose. They lost it because they were chasing money. All right, we got another Tibia Mariner. I think. Well, we have a crab for sure. No question there. Okay. I still will be able to progress along this upper route. There's the Tibia Mariner. This will be funny. You summon these dudes, and then you immediately slaughter them on my behalf. Okay, that dude is shooting some bullshit at me, so... How about you knock that the fuck off? Come here, you. Of course. No knowing where he went. There he is. Okay. Whatever, dude. Just fuck off. Thank you. Okay, that would have been bad. There we go. Got another death root. I hate that it is rushed out, but I like very much what Kojima has created, and I most like the philosophy in the game. The problem is, and I can respect how you feel, but like I I disagree on the principle that like the game's not finished. Metal Gear Solid 5 is an unfinished game. Like there's no like there's no gray area around that statement. Metal Gear Solid 5 is incomplete. And because it's incomplete, it doesn't it doesn't feel like a game that is fun for someone like me to play. I want like if you want me to play your game, you should probably, and this is just call me crazy here, but maybe it should be finished. I get early access and all that, and I have no issues with early access. Hell, I played games in early access on stream. Deep Rock Galactic Survivor is one of them. But that's a bit different than releasing a full price game, expecting people to pay full price for a game, and then you don't get everything that was supposed to go into the game. You get a partial thing. That's my biggest issue with modern gaming. I don't like this yellow haze, this sepia tone shit all over my fucking screen. Resurrection painting. Okay, is there like a grace up here? There is a grace up here. Thought it would have been weird to not have something like that. Yeah, it is. There's an entire act missing. Like, it's not done. And it's not Kojima's fault. He had his vision. He wasn't allowed to, see his vision to completion. And that happens to a lot of people, unfortunately. Like, that's the thing about, AAA game development these days is you're not. Oof. Fuck with that. But yeah, that's a major issue with a lot of like AAA game development is that they're chasing money. They're not trying to make people. They're not trying to make a cool game or whatever. They want. I also hate that every game nowadays is coming out with an unfinished state. That's what I'm talking about. They say they'll patch it afterwards. Well, look at Mass Effect Andromeda. There's no patching that. You can't patch the writing. You can't undo the damage that was done by all the crap that they did. Turtle Pope! And also, you can use Celestial Dews here if you accidentally aggro an NPC that you don't want to be aggroed. We can take that to Bach. Bach. But most importantly, we got Turtle Pope. Behold giant dog.
I welcome you. I am Miriam. My apologies. Do you know how it came to be known? Well, that is a shame. The shattering has caused us, all of us, to lose sight. It is here. by the matrimonial bond between red-haired Radagon and Renala of, and so our church holds in view the Erd Tree of. Oh, was this? You are free. I would serve as your. If you find anything, unless perhaps, in which case I will.
But yeah, you can give him. And you can show him this.
Then I would like to share concerning the miracle of this. Radagon once cleansed, repented his territorial aggressions, and swore his order of this miracle.
So that's what they're trying to tell you, is that if you wish to repent, you can use the Celestial Dew. You can go here and, yeah, atone. It's the same as all the other games. It's a place where you can de-aggro NPCs that you don't want aggroed against you. Rest at this grace real quick. So we got this scroll, but we also, like, so with this guy, this is basically like our greatest spell vendor. You can get incantations, you can get sorcery. Carrying greatsword. Oh my god. You can give a scroll.
Oh, what have we? Very well. Let us. Heresy is not all things.
Glintstone Comet Shard. Star Shower. That's not bad. But that is kind of... That's the big one that I want. I think no developer wants to make a bad game. It comes because of bad communication, outside factors. Yeah, like corporate greed. It's always... Oh, now I'm up to 3. That's why I can't. Okay. What spells does he have? Corporate greed is what I would say led to the situation that we're in now. It's not like...
There you are. Shall we commence the... Our art draws what is glintstone, golden and...
Okay, I don't... like, lady... Oh, that's right. Okay. Let's see here. Memorize spell. Cannot. What do I need for that? 52. That needs 38. That is sorcery. Okay. Well. I can see myself putting that to use. And what is that? I wonder. Oh, I know what that is. Oh, yeah, that I just yeah, I just remembered what that was, or what that is. That was. I could run down. All right, I think it's time. I need more stats. I need more level ups. I think I'm gonna go. It's time to go to the underground area and start chasing more stuff. Stuff that we won't. Well, mainly I'm chasing runes right now. But yeah, not 100% sure that I want to continue progressing through Rael Acaria. I just, upon realizing, wait, I haven't done this area yet. And I remembered that because I was from looking over. Where are you? Yeah, seeing that, I remember this is another thing into a different part of all this underground stuff. Let's see all that, and then you're just like, hey, let's go down here. Yep. We can now properly engage with the content in this area. Wow, I got hit by both of those at the same time. That's impressive. Okay. Thank you for the giving me my charges back, my flask back. Appreciate that. Let's put this on because but yeah, going back to your statement of no developer wants to make a bad game. Yeah, no company sets out with the goal of let's make a bad game that people will hate. They don't know how to make a good game. Like I think a great example of this is Blizzard Entertainment. That seems totally fair. Yep, nothing weird about that at all. 100% absolutely not bullshit. But fear not, we have our trusty steed. I thought that might have been something. It was glowing. It was all nice and shiny. You guys have fun. I'm not fighting y'all again. Fuck off of that fucking thing. Thank you. I'm just trying to gather all the crap in this area without having to fucking take 10 hours to fight every last one of these guys. Smithing stone 4, that's nice. Okay, is there anything down here? There's a golden centipede for sure. Alright, so we'll be running past you guys later as well. Rainbow stone. Here. Yeah. Okay. We're about to go on a very bizarre journey. Yep. Okay. I see it. Corporate greed is a two-sided coin. On one side, it makes more pressure on the developers and gives, I think you meant resources and time frames. On the other side, again, development costs so much nowadays that you need investors to get the money needed. Well, it it costs so much because they're trying to make video games into Hollywood. I would say take a look at indie game development. That's what it takes. to make good games. You don't need like $5 million and a fucking board of investors to make a good game. Like look at Valhalla, or not Valhalla, Valheim, for example. Where I guess I got Valhalla because it's a Viking themed game. But anyways, Valheim is a great example of you don't need a mountain of money and resources. You just need a good idea. Oracle bubbles. I got bubbles. Okay, thanks, game. Be back over there soon enough. Ah, pointless. Yes, that's. But yeah, games like Valheim and I could probably go into my Steam list and pull up like half a dozen games, and tell you exactly how those games found massive success. And like for example, Minecraft is a great example of this. That didn't take a lot of money to make. And it was a fucking, a pop culture sensation. It was the thing that, like, hell, even my son is obsessed with Minecraft now. He's really not into gaming like I am. Might be one day, but he isn't yet. I'm not saying you're wrong, but like to make games like Final Fantasy VII Remake, for example, yes, that takes a lot of money to make. But not every game needs to be Final Fantasy VII Remake. And honestly, I would prefer if we stopped with trying to make these games for now. Like put it, put the brakes on it. If you're a company like Blizzard Entertainment or Activision Blizzard or fucking any of those fucking companies, pump the brakes and figure out what the fuck you need to do to not be the most reviled company on the fucking planet. Right now, Activision Blizzard is basically like there's a lot of people that don't even see them as like human beings anymore because of how fucking cartoonishly evil they are. Like there's a former there's a former Blizzard employee who was pushed to suicide because of how much she was harassed by her colleagues. Is that an invasion dismount? Or no, okay, that's just... You can't go into the building? I guess so. But yeah, when I want to point out like everything wrong with modern game development, modern AAA game development, I will point to Activision Blizzard and just say that. Because that is a shining example of how you can go from being one of the most beloved game developers in the world, considered like the golden standard of gaming, into the shit show that they are now. Whoop. All right. I hate that there are dragonflies. Oh, are you kidding me? Jesus. Fuck off. Annoying enemies abound. But yeah, it's corporate greed is what creates the problems that we're now struggling with. Buggy games, unfinished games. Look at like Cyberpunk, for example. Look at how much was poured into that. I don't give a... Okay. I think the problem is that investors don't understand you don't need big generic games. Like that's the problem that we have right now. And it is better and sells even more when you make a smaller, less costly game and the developer has more freedom. Yeah. Like that's exactly the thing. Is like, you know, let developers make games that they want to make. This whole like live service trend. Whoever thought that this should be the new normal, I think they should be dragged out back and beaten with a fucking fire hose. Because like that is currently just absolutely destroying pretty much most of, if not all of, the video game market right now. I don't give a fuck what investors think, what they want, what they don't want, what they like, or what they don't like. I don't give a shit about them. If you're asking me, I think the investors, you know, they're a bunch of fucking morons. They can go fuck off. Go some fucking orgy or some shit. Leave the developers, the coders, and the graphics artists and all them alone. Corporate meddling is what has led to the situation that we're in, where we don't get good games anymore. We get games that can be made to be playable eventually. Like, is that really our goal now? Well, it was a horrible buggy mess, but people like it now. Like, and it happens even on the indie side as well. Like No Man's Sky, I think, is a great example of... Okay. Great. Cool. These are the enemies that... Like, when I'm talking about, like, enemies that can attack forever, these guys are notorious for it. They will sit there and they will swing aggressively at you. Non-stop if you're not careful. And to top it all off, they also have bows. They can snipe you from like across the fucking map. You won't even see them. You just get a fucking ghost arrow sticking out of you out of nowhere. Okay. But yeah, I don't care about investors. I don't care about, them seeing number go up. I don't care. Like, as far as I'm concerned, they're fucking worthless. They're trying to turn the video game industry into Hollywood, where if you spend enough money on a movie, they think it's good. That's not always the case. Look at Star Wars. Well, it's not even... No, it's not... It's not that they overestimated what they can do and how hard it is. It's that they overpromised. He had these, like, giant plans of, like, creating this huge universe that's going to be super cool and everything. Like, he was excited, which is good. You don't want a game developer to just going through the motions, like, yeah, I guess we'll add in a feature to allow people to play with one another. Like, you want people to be like, yeah, man, we're gonna have features that have, it's gonna have multiplayer features. You can run into your other, if you're playing with your friends, you can play together and like explore everything. Like, cool. But like, make sure it works before you. Make sure you have some idea of like what you want and what you can do within the time frame that you're given. Okay, let's go grab our ones real quick. Don't want to lose those. Is that really that far over? Yes, I was. Shit. Yep. Ooh, yeah, this one, he has his bow out already. He's saying out loud, I want to die. There's another one. These guys are fucking, like, dangerous, no joke snipers. They will get you from across the map. They will fuck your life up. And so will those lightning orbs too. You get too close to these things and they'll start shooting lightning out in every direction. Guess we might as well show it. Woo, look at it go. Luckily, after it does that, it disappears, so you don't have to, like, worry about it happening again. Always check behind waterfalls. Even if I've already done it before. Oh, hi. Right? Okay. Oh man, I thought I was going to get a recharge on my thing. That's the only reason I... Oh, that's why I... Maybe this'll... Jesus, dude. Jesus. There we go. Look at that. There we go. Now we got our shit back. So much dew-kissed Hebra. Is there anything of value inside this house besides protection from that fucking dragon shithead? Yeah, I don't know where you think you're gonna go now, but... It's not safety. I was inside the house when I got hit. It's the opposite of safety. It's dangerous. Right. Let's go up this ladder one more time. Got a creepy crab. A bunch of shit. Oh boy. That wasn't a very smart decision, my friend. Okay, and now we can jump over to here. I think we should be relatively safe here. Have a quick look around. Okay, I don't see anything. All right, I do need to take a short break, go use the restroom. I'd advise anybody else to do the same. Stretch your legs, get a drink of water, whatever else you may need to do. Be back here in about a few minutes, 2 to 5 minutes, I would say. Okay, I am now back. And we can get back to clearing out this underground bullshit area. When it comes to big games with a lot of money behind them, the games of first-party studios, Sony, Nintendo, still have a good quality standard because they have to sell their console. Sometimes. Nintendo especially has been struggling with that as of late. Nintendo doesn't really seem to fully understand what people like about their games.
Ooh, a customer.
What the hell are you doing all the way back here? Give me those. Sure.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
So, next.
Yeah. Stone 4, yeah, okay. An example of a bad Nintendo game? You want like an example of a bad Nintendo first-party Nintendo game? I could very easily do that. With Sony, I'd have to probably take a look at some of the games that I do have, but like, I'd say to an extent, like, you know, that's the problem is they think they need like, you know, exclusives. They don't need exclusives to sell their product. They need, you know, good games, and people will play those good games wherever they want. I think exclusivity actually hurts the market because, you know, you're not reaching everyone at that point. You're reaching a very select audience. That's the problem is they're trying to make games accessible to literally everybody on the planet. And that's not how you make a good game. But if you want an example of a bad first-party Nintendo, oh, there we go. I was trying to remember where the fuck that map was. If you want an example of a bad first-party Nintendo game, recently they released a remake or a redo or whatever you want to call it of Mario versus Donkey Kong. That is what I'd call an infantile, unenjoyable game. Like, that is a game that maybe a 6-year-old might enjoy for about 10, 15 minutes. But anybody who's not an infant won't enjoy that game. Mario vs. Donkey Kong is a very good example of a bad game. Metroid Other M, another very good example of a bad first-party game. They didn't really understand what people liked about Metroid, and so they thought that a strong narrative would be needed. It's like, no. People loved the... Oh, great. Here we go with the endless attacks again. Come here, you. But people didn't want a strong narrative-driven Metroid game. Everybody I know who enjoys Metroid enjoys it for the atmosphere, not the story. The atmosphere created by being alone on a strange, hostile alien planet. And, you know, then there's like kind of a paper thin story there to kind of explain what you're doing and why the game exists. Metroid Other M is a bad first party game. I'm talking about Metroid Other M. I don't know if it's called any different, something different in Germany, but go Google Metroid Other M. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Like, it looks good. I'll give it that. That's the one, like, saving grace I'll give that game, is that visually speaking, that game, like, it looks really good for a fucking Wii title of all fucking things. It's a goddamn Wii game. But that was when I actually legitimately started to get worried about. Nice. about Nintendo as a whole. I'm still worried about them because they're like, it seems like they're kind of, you know, taking in that super corporate approach of make everything as accessible as possible. If everybody can play the game, then everybody will buy the game, right? No. That's not how that works. Ooh. And then there we go. Got to this item. Totally worth it. No, that wasn't worth it. But yeah, I would argue, and I don't know many people who would argue that Metroid Other M is a good game. There are some people out there that try to make that argument, but a lot of them just do it to try and get like a rise out of people. You want to stop attacking for like, you know, more than like 2 seconds. It would be really cool if you could actually like not consistently sit there and swing on somebody fucking 30 times in a goddamn it. But yeah, if you like, you know, if you look around my, you know, channel, you know, if you're ever here and you get a chance to see alerts go off or anything like that, you'll note that I am a big fan of the Metroid franchise. So this isn't like me just saying I hate the game because it's a franchise that I don't like. Like if somebody starts, you know, talking to me about Mario, I'm gonna be like, I don't like Mario. I actively dislike Mario. Okay, shit on people for liking it, but it's not something I enjoy playing. Not my idea of a fun game. But I know that there are some people who have made their entire career off of beating Mario in various, all of its different, you know, various forms. There's Kaizo Mario, there's speedrunning Mario, there's creating like ROM hacks and stuff like that. Can't trust them. But yeah, it's not Metroid is not a franchise that I'll hate on just to hate on it. It's kind of annoying when it you know, shit feels inconsistent, and that's kind of what's happening now. All right, so go up here. Sneak up on this guy. These are like the big offenders of sniping you from like anywhere on the map. These two guys. Yeah, I see you there. If anybody's wondering, like, what the hell we're doing in this area, we're trying to find 3 sconces to essentially light up, and that will activate the area over there. Where is it? Like, let's see, what's that? So yeah, it's this area right here. There's a thing in there that we can then interact with once all 6 are lit. Hey, look, there's one. The games are not buggy, and I think accessibility is a good thing. I played the demo of Mario and Donkey Kong, and not amongst my group of friends. My group of friends, there's nobody who enjoyed that game. Like I said, I'm not saying that you're wrong or that you were dumb for liking a certain game or anything like that. Different strokes for different folks. But the problem is, I think Nintendo's too concerned about creating a, like, you know, worldwide mass appeal. You're never going to have everybody on board for all of your games. Like, you know, a perfect example is, you know, me. You know, I'm a great example of that. I'm never going to enjoy Mario games. I did play Mario Wonder. I do think Mario Wonder is a serviceable game. But I do think that it was, I think they went a bit far when it got nominated for fucking Game of the Year of all god fucking things. Like, what? Who fucking looks at Mario Wonder and is like, yes, that is as good as Elden Ring, or that is as good as Baldur's Gate 3. I think they're perfectly fine games. They're fun games. Especially if, like, that's what you want. But Game of the fucking Year? Give me a break. But yeah, I watched somebody playing the Mario versus Donkey Kong game. I thought it was, like, I did not enjoy what I had seen. Like I said, I'm not saying it's a bad game, like, by game definition standards. It's perfectly serviceable. It works. It doesn't crash all the time. But it's just, like, it feels like a puzzle game that forgot to include the puzzles. And I'd say that's a pretty bad condemnation. Is if you're playing a puzzle game and it's like there was no puzzling. You're just doing what the level plainly in you know, plain straightforward English tells you to do. It's like, go do the thing, go get the key and then activate the door. Like, you know, whatever the goal for that level was. But it was, I don't know. I'm also not a big fan of puzzle games in general. So that sent us from over here to over here. But if you turn around, there's no other way to get to up here. I don't remember if it's this area or another area that has there's a boss in, like, the upper area. I don't recall. Are we talking about Mario Wonder? Are you saying you think it's a very creative game? Because, like, I'll agree with that. I do think Mario Wonder was creative to a point. But, like, it seems like their main draw... Yeah, there is a boss up here. Okay. Their main draw for that game was the elephant ability. Okay, if that was going to be, like, your big thing for the game, why did you show it off immediately? I think that's another issue that a lot of people have. And yes, this is another boss. There's a boss right over there. I'm going to try and see if I can find a grace up here. So that if or when I die, I don't have to run. Oh, fucking tier 5. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, I don't think Mario Wonder is a bad game. Like I said, I played it. It, you know, it can be entertaining at points, but I don't think it's. Again, I don't think it's game of the year material. Not even close. Especially in a year that had games like Baldur's Gate 3. I will hold Baldur's Gate 3 up as the standard. And it's the exact type of, conversation that game devs don't want us to have. They don't want us to talk about how good Baldur's Gate 3 is. They don't want us to talk about how that should be how all games are handled. Now, granted, that game had literal, actual years of development with early access backing it and funding it and keeping, food on the table so they could spend more time making it. Then do that. Put that level of effort into the game. I would love to see that. Uh-oh. Whoop. But yeah, like, I don't, again, I don't think that, like, I don't think it's game of the year material. I really don't. Mario and Donkey Kong, not even, ooh. That was a game, like, you put that on, and I'll fall asleep. That would have the same effect as, like, certain edibles would have on me. I would be out like a light in seconds. Again, not saying it's bad. It's just it's not good either. It's too much. Like people are trying for too broad of an appeal. They want it to appeal to everybody, and that like it's the reality just doesn't work like that. Here, nobody could top Baldur's Gate 3, but there's still 4 places left. But yeah, but I'm talking about game of the year. Like, people hold that up as like, the gold standard of like, is this a good game or not? Oh, one game of the year, Elden Ring, for example. It won game of the year, and people will now point to that and be like, that's why I like this game. I don't think game awards mean much of anything. There was a year where The Last of Us 2 won a bunch of awards. The Last of Us 2, to me, was like a fucking fart sniffer's wet dream. It is a very poorly written, poorly executed game. It didn't innovate in any way, shape, or form, and the story was a massive step down from everything we'd had up to that point. From Naughty Dog in general. But yeah, nobody could top Baldur's Gate, and that should tell you something. That if they weren't seeking to create the best game of 2023. I don't think anybody ever really who has 2 brain cells to rub together is like, all right, we're going to create the game of the year for the year 2023. Nobody does or says that. There's nobody who's, look at what I love this. Yeah, it increases damage taken. But also Look at it, gives you 3 mind, 3 intelligence, 3 faith, 3 arcane. We're gonna equip that. And then no, we're not gonna equip that. We're not using a whole lot of sorceries just yet. Look at, like, oh my god. 3 mind. And then if I really, really wanted to, I don't know if the damage, like the damage increase stacks. Like if you equip America's Scar Seal or Sword Seal or whatever, and then Radagon's. Ooh, we don't want to do that. That was scary. There's Nocron. Yes, I think that's Nocron. What the fuck is that? Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff here. You can kind of see, but you don't know. You're not able to get to it yet. Yeah, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. That's definitely a game that I had some serious thoughts about picking up at some point. I think that is a. But the problem for me is it's a platformer. I'm not good at platformers. If we haven't noticed through watching me do platforming challenges in this game, all right, let's try and get one more boss down before. The only problem is with this guy. These bosses fucking hit like a fucking truck. Yep. No, I don't think that's gonna be a good idea. We'll get my runes and ride the fuck out of there. That's exactly what I thought was gonna happen. Essentially I was gonna die immediately. Um, he's not like a crazy hard boss to avoid or not to avoid, but to hit or do a lot of damage to. But whoop. I can fight him out here. Yeah. Okay. When he does that, I can't. Like, and for me, it's not that like Mario is too generic and easy. It's that I'm really bad at platformers, and so I don't bother with them. And I really don't think I'm very good at mini games, but I know for a fact that I'm not good at Mario. Yeah, we're gonna deal with this asshole later. Um, let's get the rest of the what you call it. The rest of the sconces. We'll get those and beat that boss. Maybe I don't know if we're gonna do that tonight, but I think I have 2 or 3 left to get. Doing this weird step thing. I don't know what the hell that is, but I'm just grateful that I can actually fucking see them. Now, the ones up here, you cannot see. Whoop. I thought there were... No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Square off. Not exactly what I'd say, you know, something I'm hungry. So we're here. Let's see where this takes us. But yeah, I've seen people play Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Oh, it just takes us back. Oh, it dropped us off next to that. Oh, nice. Yeah, we'll go back. I think it looks like a great game, but I also know that I'm not good at platforming, and so I probably would not enjoy playing it. And that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like when I say like, you know, "Ooh, bad game," I mean a game that is like just objectively not good. And I feel that a lot of modern Nintendo games have struggled on that front. Okay, fighting them on this tiered shit heap is not gonna go well. Okay. Whoop. Jump. Jump. And jump again. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard a lot of people say it is the best 2D platformer, you know, available to date. You know, and that's you know, people will say that about a lot of the Donkey Kong Country games in general, not just Tropical Freeze, but a lot of people will like. People really, really like the Donkey Kong Country games. They're legitimately good games, even if you're not like, you know, huge into like, you know, platforming and stuff like that. Even I can recognize that they're good games. You will never catch me saying, "Oh, you know, Donkey Kong Country, what a mid-tier game. How did that ever get popular?" No. Those words will never come out of my life. Out of my holy shit, I got 11. Those words will never come out of my mouth. That's because, you know, I understand that. Oh, is this another way to get to... I don't think you can get up from here. I think you can only get down from that other area that's up here. That's where the Dragonkin soldier thing is. Liar ahead. Someone probably said something like treasure ahead or something like that, or try jumping or whatever. Some stupid troll message. Yeah, because you get people to believe that there's treasure on those things, and then some unfortunate soul decides to try and get over there, only to realize they had been bamboozled. Effectively heckin' bamboozled. You are in the group. Did you also like all the previous country games as well? Or is it just Tropical Freeze that you really enjoy? Okay. Yep. There it is. And now we can turn around and go back. And this time we'll use the transporter. And I'll mark where it is on the map on the other side so we can use it to get back here after we fight the boss. We have to fight our way across the fucking zone again. So this is the spot on the map. We'll put a person there. You just run straight ahead into... Now all the sconces are lit, and so all these torches are lit. And inside here, we're going to fight this thing. Well, we're going to fight him elsewhere, but yeah. Here. I believe there's a Stake of America, isn't there? Yes. I don't recall this boss being... Yeah, Ancestor Spirit. I don't recall it being exactly what I'd call a difficult boss. Whoop. Let's heal up and... Whoa. Whoop. Yeah, not a hard boss. That's what I... Yeah, that's what this is what happens whenever I'm like, oh yeah, this boss wasn't too hard. And then he shows up and just fucks my life up. It would help if my character would roll when I press the roll button. That would be very useful. I'd appreciate it, game, if you'd let me roll. You've played a lot of Donkey Kong games. I played Donkey Kong Country. Never beat it. Played it. As a kid, I couldn't get to the end, so I was like, all right, well, either I suck at this game or it's not a good game. And given, what everybody else was saying, I was able to come to the conclusion that yes, the game sucks. That I suck. Yeah, I'm not doing so great anymore. This is what happens when you're just like, yeah, this boss is not exactly hard. The boss is like, alright, well, you want to talk some shit, you're gonna get fucking hit. What the fuck was that hitbox for that? Alright, I'm gonna run away from that. There we go. A lot of these bosses are giving off ashes I don't want. Oh, that's right. I can't mount up in here because this isn't an overworld boss. Is there a grace or something? Is there anything in here that'll get me out? I know there is. I just don't know where it is. Maybe there isn't. Andy? Hello? Game? There it is. There it is. Go back. Okay, we're now going to go back to that teleporter that we utilized. Especially now. And yeah, we're going to teleport back. And we're just going to sprint past everything. With 31,000 runes. You can never judge something objective. Well, there are certain things you can, you know, there are some things that are objectively one way or another. There, but for the most part, yeah, there's some gray area. But like, you know, I think things that are objectively evil or bad or not good are things like, you know, war crimes. Like horrible, like, you know, events like that. Like, I'd say are, you know, objectively bad. Get the fuck off me. No one likes you, rat. Okay, now we're gonna have a bunch of people trying to snipe at me. While I try and run over to this area. Whoop. Come up over here. So I'm gonna get that. Wrap around. If I confuse everyone, no one will have any idea what's going on. And then everyone can feel how I feel every day. I have no idea what's going on. Whoop. Raises focus. Oh, this one's going to require. So we currently have 11 stone shard keys. Once we use these stone sword keys, we're now going to have 9. Some of these require 2. Now if we go and check, we only have 9. So you gotta pay attention when you're using these things. Some of them require 2. Some of them only require 1. Oh boy. Well, I just unlocked some content for next stream. Holy shit, this one's zooming though. Whoa! Whoa! This is what I imagine Hank Hill's face looks like when he's doing the border free. Ah. That fucking expression. So stupid. Oh my god. Alright. On art, like games, books, movies, yeah. In that case, yes. I would agree with that statement. But I do think that there are, you know, I still think that even in like, you know, games and stuff like that, there's still some stuff that can be considered objectively not good. Like, you know, Activision Blizzard, for example, I think is widely regarded by just about everybody as a bad company. What the fuck is that? Well, that looks horrifying, and I don't think I want anything to do with that. Holy shit. That looks like if you gave a rune bear cocaine. Whoops, I meant to do that. Yeah, we're gonna go take care of some stuff at the round table. Oh! Taco touchdown. I also think that the work culture created at Activision Blizzard is also something that you can say is objectively bad. Clinging bone. And then I think over there you can get her full armor set. Yeah. Guess what? Heavy load. How unfortunate. We'll give up HP regeneration to actually look. Would that bring me up to... No, it wouldn't. Okay. There we go. Awesome. Do you have anything to say about what you...
You. I understand you've been speaking to Nepheli. She's my daughter. I took her in when she lost the guidance of grace. Though a mere axe-wielding barbarian, her youthful credulity suited my purposes. So I put her to work. Do not hesitate.
Activision Blizzard games are so bad because of technical difficulty and greedy design. Yeah.
She is more than capable in the press of battle. Oh, my apologies for that nasty business. Ensha got rather ahead of himself, it seems. As his master, I'd like to express my regret. But now, Ensha is slain and gone. Finished. Forevermore.
This armor is like all corroded and rusted and shit. But still, you don't care about the
Ah, yes. Allow me to tender some advice in regard to the half of this. Find the Albinoric woman. She hides in a cave to the west of the Laskia ruins, which jut from the mist-shrouded lake of Liurnia. She knows the location of the medallion.
This is how you find out about this stuff. The what ruins though? Are they caves that... Oh yeah, that's right. There's a boss there I need to go back and take on. The fuck are the Laskia ruins? I guess that'll be something for me to figure out offline. But yeah,
Well, what is it? Find the Albinoric. She hides in a cave to the west of the Laskia ruins. She knows the...
okay. Thank you for that information, of which I already had some idea of. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know if I want to spend 12,000 just yet. Maybe later in the game if I'm hurting for Stone Sword keys. Right now, I have 9. I don't think I'm hurting for Stone Sword keys. At least not yet. I think when they get rid of... when they get rid of this, the game will not be that bad. What game are you talking about? Are you talking about Activision and Blizzard in general? They'll be better once they get rid of the greedy corpo shit that they have adopted. Ever since, and it wasn't Blizzard that pushed themselves into the, oh my god. So I'm gonna have 6 left now. Oh, just in general. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anybody that will disagree that you know, games would be better if we weren't like, you know, loaded up full to bursting with microtransactions and but like that's the thing is like a lot of people, a lot of developers, AAA developers are like they're like up in arms and shit because indie devs and you know studios like Larian are stepping up and creating these fundamentally just outstanding, impeccable games. Can I upgrade this anymore? I can. I can do both of them. Let's see, status 394 to 231. Holy shit. Yeah. That's pretty normal for flask. We can add another, we'll finally get another charge to our flasks. We'll put that over there since I find myself running out of FP. Yeah, I think that's where we'll keep it. Well, I think that's the most we'll have unless we find ourselves with a need for more. Okay, I want more than 2 levels. So let us be a bit reckless here. Well, I could use the remembrance and get a bunch of fucking runes from that. I could also use this and... well, it's 1109, so... I think maybe we will take a look at this tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know if I want to... I want to level up. I don't know what I want to level up, though. I think I'm going to have to start pushing mind and intelligence, but I also want to push endurance. And like, I want to level everything, all these stats. Intelligence, endurance, mind, and vigor. It's like I feel like I need more of all of them. Intelligence I need for spells. How many would I have left? I only need 3,000 more for a third one. That would allow me to get one of each. You know what? That's not a horrible idea. So let us... 5 of those. 2,000. I need 1,000 more, so that would be what, 2 of these, I think. So one thing about Lies of P, Larian Studios is not an... I know, well that's why I said and Larian Studios. I didn't say indie studios like Larian. I said and Larian Studios. Whoop. Yeah, that's what I want to do, I think. Get more HP, get more FP, get more damage. I think I might spend some time... oh yeah, I got that sewing needle kit thing. Let's go give that to that stupid dude. It's hilarious how much content we've opened up that like... I actually, like, I'm not sure what to do. What the fuck? I have this golden needle and okay. I think what we'll do, Church of Vows. I'm gonna go south. East, then south, yeah. So we're gonna follow this road, sort of, without running into all these. Oh, let's grab that. Golden runes are always nice to get. Run down this hill all the way. Here, yeah, we don't want to fight all that shit. Normally I would, but we're already kind of going late as it is. What the fuck? That's weird and random. This is not. This is welcome. Thank you for the grace. If you know where to search and what company you should you still get many good games. Yeah. No, I agree with that statement. If you know where to look, you can find a lot of great games. Ghost Ship Publishing, for example, is a studio that I have a lot of regards for. They're the people behind Deep Rock Galactic and Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. Whoop. There we go. I like From Software and Platinum. Yeah, Platinum Games is a pretty solid studio as well. I think it's pretty apparent that I also do enjoy from Soft Games. I don't think that's I don't think anybody will question that. All right, we're at the point of having to call it a night, I think. So let's go down this thing and yeah, I'm trying to open up everything in the lands between, especially like Liurnia right now. Like over here, we found that. We went from there all the way over to there. And now we have another area. And it's full of ants. Giant ants. Rest. Always happens. I end up going late into the day. Into the night, I should say.